Hey everybody, it's Marty the JavaScript Party. It's an evening video. I don't quite have my lighting right for this, but basically, let me get a timer going here so I don't go too long. You know how I do. Where are you? I guess I'm cheating a little bit, but I'm still getting the hang of this specific project. All right, so this is an example of a loaded image. And this was an interesting one because for all kinds of reasons. But anyways, the important thing I think I want to go over is basically what changed in here. Because the problem is I've had changes from two different branches that I wanted to get into. One of them was for the timer that we talked about, or not the timer, but the being able to set things, the times, and then the other, which was a controller, and the other was like how we actually load the images, which is basically what this is about. So I only care about this one little section here, and basically we create a loader a loader variable constant, and basically we use a function, I believe, called texture loader, and then we pass it a image, and then it creates a builder texture. Now, by default, if this is not set to false, for some reason it flips it. I do not know why. So if I hit like true, if I change this to true real quick, oh, I can't change it because of the view I'm in. But if I change it to true, then the Bulldog would be upside down. Then last but not least, in our back material, I made the texture, this Bulldog texture, and that was it. Now, this is a perfect example where the loading is different. Like we have other loaders. This loader seems to be asynchronous or something, or maybe it loads it eventually whenever it gets in. I don't know, but it's very unlikely that when this was created that this JPEG was loaded, especially if it was uh, like a remote, like if I had pushed this out somewhere. But for some reason, this is a non-blocking function. But I know that when in the past when I worked on fonts, it wasn't. It was blocking. Is this function from 3JS blocking? I don't want to spend too much time on this, but okay. So this is a non. It starts loading internally, but and apparently it continues, but you could still use it, and that's probably because basically it probably won't show anything until that's finished loading, would be my guess. Um, that's pretty typical. I mean, that isn't typical. I think with fonts it doesn't work that way. But as you can see, we've got this thing where we can slow it down. So let's make it like 2.5 seconds per whatever. I don't even know what this thing is doing. To be honest with you, it's taking 1,000 divided by it's taking the time and divided by 250 and then moving the rotation that much. But let's go up to 1,000. And like I said, I don't think there's any I don't think these are fixed values. We definitely need to come up with a better animation scheme. But in the meantime, we're just going to live until there's a good way to sort of demonstrate the benefits of um, the benefits of uh, the benefits of having a more precise animation scheme as opposed to just taking the current time and divided by 1,000 and rotating it by that much. We really want to be able to say, hey, move it X number of degrees or whatever, radians per second. That would be better. And then how long has it been since the last one? And then calculating how far. It just looks a lot cleaner. Anyways, that is how that is done. It's pretty straightforward, pretty easy, and it's 4 minutes. It's way too long. Happy coding, everybody. Bye.